We expect highly intelligent people to have pristine desks, perfect grades, and flawless social skills. But underneath, highly active brains rarely operate that cleanly. Pushing extreme cognitive power requires severe social and environmental trade-offs. It is a massive reallocation of mental resources, and it usually looks like chaos to others. Let's test your baseline fluid intelligence right now. We'll see if your brain relies on raw processing power or if you just have good formal education. Passing these puzzles doesn't guarantee success. Raw intelligence is often destructive if you don't build the specific behavioral frameworks required to manage it. Look at these 3 lines. Your instinct probably tells you the middle one is the longest. But if we remove the endpoints, their lengths are perfectly equal. Your brain has to actively resist visual manipulation to see that immediately. Next, try to read this block of text. The first and last letters of every word are correct, but the insides are a complete mess. If you read that fluently, your brain is processing holistic patterns rather than analyzing individual letters one by one. Finally, look at this mathematical sequence and find the missing number. The answer is 23. You take the previous total, drop it into the next equation, and add 1. This ability to spot hidden rules on the fly is called fluid intelligence. Clearing these tests confirms you have a high-speed internal processor. However, a processor running at this velocity creates immense friction, which is why most geniuses develop specific, often toxic habits just to keep the system from overheating. Trait number 1 is extreme solitude and the total rejection of the fear of missing out. Intentionally isolating yourself forces your brain's imagination network into overdrive. Highly intelligent people aggressively eliminate daily decisions. Wearing the exact same outfit every single day preserves cognitive load for things that actually matter. You see this tactic across industries and eras. They aren't ignoring fashion, they are treating their daily energy limit as a strict mathematical budget. Trait number 2 is talking to yourself and maintaining a chaotic environment. Vocalizing your thoughts out loud actively synchronizes your working memory and tightens your focus. A disorganized physical space breaks rigid thinking patterns. It forces the brain to make fast, unusual connections that a perfectly clean desk simply doesn't stimulate. Optimizing your environment for pure cognitive output guarantees you will look eccentric or disorganized to the average person. That is the price of admission. Trait number 3 is the anxiety of over-observation. A highly active mind absorbs all background noise and minor details simultaneously without an off switch. This hyper-awareness makes you vulnerable to distraction. It often leaks out physically as severe nail-biting, pacing, or endless fidgeting to burn off excess processing speed. And trait number 4 is strategic procrastination. True innovation requires generating a massive volume of ideas before executing a single one of them. Deliberately delaying execution allows your subconscious mind to sift through thousands of terrible, fragmented ideas until it pieces together one high-quality breakthrough. Achieving a breakthrough at this scale demands a prolonged period of internal calculation, a phase where the subconscious must filter out every failed path before a single valid solution becomes clear. Trait number 5 is ruthless self-control. This means actively suppressing impulsive, emotional reactions. Elite risk-takers don't rely on blind instinct. They delay moves until they calculate a clear advantage, holding back even when an initial idea is brilliant. This intense restraint allows them to maintain a completely detached, analytical view when the pressure peaks and everyone else panics. Failing over 5,000 times before creating a working prototype requires viewing failure strictly as data gathering rather than a personal defeat. Operating at this level requires the agonizing emotional discipline to treat thousands of failures as mere data points, sacrificing your short-term comfort for the long game. Let's map your natural habits to a strategy. This decision tree asks a simple question: are you naturally chaotic? If the answer is yes, stop fighting your weird habits. Lean into the mess, isolate yourself when needed, but apply rigid self-control to harness that chaos into actual output. But you must accept that you will rarely fit the traditional mold of a perfect, highly social professional. People will misunderstand you. If you are naturally organized, you need to artificially induce cognitive friction. Ask relentless questions, break your routines, and force yourself to take calculated risks. Doing this requires abandoning the comfort of certainty. You have to give up the desire to always look smart in front of your peers. Intelligence is a high-maintenance machine. Operating in the top 1% exacts a heavy toll on your social and emotional comfort. The choice is whether you are willing to pay it.